Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to a wonderful evening of All-Star Overwatch. I am Style24, and joining me for tonight's Owlet tournament broadcast, an old friend of mine, Bemmie. How you doing, buddy?
I'm good. How are you, Steidel? It's almost like I'm firing up, resubscribing to my PSN all over again.
I know, man. It's been a while. Nice to shake off the rust with an old friend. A lot of stuff going on in the works for you, huh?
Yeah, a lot of stuff are going down in Bemmie, and it seems like you're staying busy too, over down in good old Texas land, holding down for the Outlaws.
Oh yeah, always fun repping the home team. Sadly, we weren't able to take the homestand
You
weekend.
put on a good show, though.
GG's to the Dallas Fuel. They were finally able to take the undefeated Kings Row mantle from our shoulders. But
in the end, Whataburger is still good.
That's very true. These are hard facts. What else is true though is we've got some all-star play going on. We have two all-star teams in O versus Ghosts. If you put those together, Bimmy, do you know what they read?
They mean goats. No, please.
No goats.
No goats.
Everybody is wanting to see. There are a couple of names. We are going to be going into Volskaya Industries as our first map, by the way, but there's a couple of names that some Owlet viewers might recognize in tonight's map, and a couple of new names, at least for my eyes. But I wanted to talk to you about the tank play, because we're coming out of this really tank-heavy meta with the 3-3-3s. We're in the works of it going out. And Leoxicon, is probably one of the better tank players that I've seen coming into this. He plays Winston and Reinhardt, so what would you want to see from him on Volskaya Industries?
On Volskaya, well, I mean, we are coming out of a tank-heavy meta. You're absolutely right about that. But the thing is that with Volskaya, it's been kind of a very tried and true kind of moment for Reinhardt's to still thrive on here. There's nothing too crazy that people stir off from. There is sometimes that people go for the dive because they like to run the pharmacy on here. And I've seen a couple of times where people really try to go for that Wrecking Ball triple DPS composition, but the Wrecking Ball doesn't really get too much momentum on the attack side. Not a lot of opportunities to ground pound as opposed to the defense side where you're kind of, as the Wrecking Ball, just being able to swing by choke every time and just be able to get a good ground pound. But either way, probably is going to still be potentially GOATs, but it is an all-stars match, so we kind of throw statistics out the windows because we really just have fun here, Steidel.
Yeah, I'm definitely looking for a lot of fun out of Zach. I was taking a look at his career profile, and he looks like a pretty hardcore Genji player, and that's something that I have not seen a lot of in my line of play, at least.
Not for a long time. Yeah, it's been a hot minute for the Genji to pop off. But the Genji has been definitely getting a lot more value now as of recent due to the fact that there's been the bunker composition. And a lot of people recently are still trying to figure out what is the most ideal way for dealing with bunker compositions, which also could potentially happen on Volskaya. A lot of people just like to stay back at that point, either A or B, and just sort of hold it down with the Orisa. And with the Bastion, it is very viable. So Dragon Blade has been kind of an ultimate that really just shuts it down. If you're able to get a good flank opening as the Genji, you can pretty much just shut down and target prioritize the Bastion and the rest of the gang, and things will just sort of follow suit.
It's pretty easy to knock that initial domino down with Genji.
Yeah, so I'm excited to see it. I've honestly only seen Leoxicon because I've casted with them before. I've never seen them play, actually, so this will be my first time seeing them play.
The people that I've written down that I'm keeping an eye out for: Leoxicon, Commander Huey over on the DPS side of things,
okay,
as well as Zach, and then Arish Kagao is one of the better healers from the Owlet tournament that I was able to see some games with in the past season.
All right, cool. Well, I'm excited to see them. Honestly, I've not been all too familiar with the Owlet community, so I have no biasness towards one or the other. One is named Goats, so I may lean towards no a little bit, but either way, that is just my personal silly biasness. But we are jumping into this, and Steidel, I want to see triple DPS. I just want to see it happen.
How about some quad DPS?
Quad DPS, okay.
Why not?
I do like the quad. That's a little more firepower. Sometimes more firepower than I can personally handle. But I do like having that second healer on deck, especially if it's like a Zen. Especially you can get those Discord orbs, and it kind of helps steer the triple DPS a little, even though they really thrive off of those scrappy battles. But I wouldn't be too truly against the concept of going to see a traditional dive, because dive is pretty fun to watch as well. It's been sort of one of those tried and true comps that just kind of like it's always the Winston leading in some different people over time, and with the Ash coming into play now, a lot of times it's really good just because of that TNT aspect of it.
Hmm.
There's also the Hanzo Genji, the Shimada brothers. There's also the pharmacy with just some hit scan of some sort. 76 is coming back around just because of the updates. And speaking of updates, by the way, how do you have any thoughts or responses to how things are going on the side of getting these grandmasters to only be able to queue up with one other person?
So I'm thinking of, and I'm hoping that it is a temporary measure, because on
Hmm.
one side it does of course kind of stop the carry stacking of getting people in grandmasters to carry people across the threshold by using timing and stacking. So queuing at a certain time with 5 or 6 people, because you know that in your region there won't be many other people at your skill level that are playing, is a pretty common and easy way to maintain your rank,
Yeah,
and also bring other people up. So by limiting how many people can be in that party, I think it could be a good way to kind of
it's a pro.
filter out people who either maybe don't belong there or haven't worked as hard as other people or whatever it may be. And then as the community kind of evens out a little bit more, I'm hoping we might see that no longer become a thing. Because, well, actually, you know what? I'd be completely okay with it saying. I was gonna say because I want it to be a 6v6 environment, but Overwatch has come so far that if you want that 6v6 environment, there's so many places to go now.
Yeah, absolutely. And we have so many amazing communities like Owlet where you can just go LFT and pretty much find a really good group of friends to basically become with. And I've seen teams actually last a long time in Tier 3 because of events like these. So it's exciting to see. And already exciting to see the triple DPS coming out. Oh, no, it's actually going to be a traditional dive, but instead of the deep, we're going to see the Wrecking Ball.
Yep, merge on the Widowmaker. Not able to find any high ground at the moment. Leoxicon is going to get hacked out by Jamin on the attack. So he's going to have to take a little bit of a slower approach. Merge has the eye on the Sombra in the back line, but Jamin is going to be able to get out of the fight. Zach also on the Genji trying to find something, but the first death is going to be Commander Huey on that Winston, as No grabs themselves a couple of kills, stifling the attack from Goats.
Yeah, no, not going to be able to find the results that they want to. Widow only popping off, just uncontested, and Merch wasn't really able to do anything. Like you said earlier, no high ground advantage. Really clever to take the roof and just sort of hook shot to see if you can find results there. But it is hard to set up the Widowmaker on attack. So I want to see them try coming back here. 3 minutes remaining right now. So they're just going to go ahead and push in. They do have Leoxicon now going onto that Pharah, which is maybe a good idea. There really is no hit scan or way of dealing it on the side of Goats, so this could be where they finally just turn things around. Oh,
Ooh. Speaking of turning
okay.
around,
Got the
Flavia
trade.
tried to run away there, but Zach's going to be pretty persistent. However, Goats, they have a better respawn time, so I feel like they have a little bit of an advantage, but that hack onto Leoxicon makes it hard for that Pharah to fly, and Winston going to be able to help taking him out, but Edix has been going on a tear throughout this entire time on the point, and I think that might, as much as I hate to say it, Goats might win here, at least for the first point.
Yeah, Goats will definitely be able to take that first point in a relatively good amount of time. Leoxicon, while not showing up in the kill feed, was definitely able to provide that splash damage to allow the rest of their team to be able to follow up on it. And that's one of the beautiful things about Pharmacy, or just Fair in general, because there is no Pharmacy, is that they're able to kind of thrive in an environment where they just, if they provide splash damage, you can get so much value off of that Pharah. Now look at that. They have so much ults going in right now.
Yep, they're going to go ahead and initiate with that minefield coming out from Hammond. Merge as well with his the sights are up. Commander Huey asleep in the back lane, did have the Primal Rage, not able to pressure anybody into those mines, and a late Transcendence from Flame is going to cue Zac in, but oh, Merge with a beautiful shot to take the ult and Genji out of the sky, as No tries to hold on to this defense on point B. Commander Huey coming back in a little bit late. Edix still able to survive on the point, taking out Ereshkigal. Now they have a bit of an option here to continue to attack, but the rest of the team now coming back for defense. And we're going to see Nil hold on strong.
And sort of committing to that very aggressively. Rewarded them with a tick, so that's very good on them. They only have 5 minutes left, but it definitely was interesting the way they sort of extended Ultimate's Murmuring, dropping that Transcendence so quickly just to let the rest of the team follow up after the landmines. And now they're not disengaging anytime too, Steidel. They're hunted for blood.
Yep, Merge getting pressured quite harshly by Zac, and Zac will get punished for it by Leoxicon, who's been switched onto that Sombra. Gotta be careful of that Pulse Bomb, not gonna find any kills. Widow only, however, still gonna be able to take a couple of bodies down, and Goats is not able to find a time to attack. It's a full 6-man squad. They keep getting picked off one or the other. Oh, Merge with a nasty shot onto Ereshkigal there.
Yeah, beautiful shot right there, and this actually might be it where they are able to take a second tick, but I mean, at the moment, the Merge does go down. Widow only. They're kind of back and forth. Neither team is really disengaging. They are just letting this time bank go down as the way they please.
And Poketoo gonna fall at the end of this battle, so Commander Huey still just trying his best to build up that ultimate and put himself in a position to make something happen. A lot of ultimates on board for Goats.
Yeah, a lot of ultimates are definitely going to be coming online, and they do have the information at the moment, so they're pretty much good to go. They actually could finish this off right now. They just got to be careful of Rishka. It's now going on the Mei. We're going to see how they do it. Having Poketoo being the only healer, but a good idea because of the healing that Moira can produce, they can actually go this aggressive with it.
Speaking of aggressive here, they go in a big hack coming in from Jamin. He's going to grab 3 members of Goats along with the Pulse Bomb. That's going to be a pretty big setup. Commander Huey does have the Primal Ranging Winston online, but he's going to get taken out pretty quickly. And once again, we're seeing No hold strong.
Yeah, but I mean, technically that was sort of a win for No, especially with the fact, well, technically a win for Goats because they extended so many ults on the side of No, so they definitely did their job. Poketoo's going to switch on over to the Mercy, not going to allow them to have that the Coalescence coming in, so we'll see how that works out. And already losing the main take of the process, but to get the trade.
Yeah, it's a pretty good bait from Zac to get Delicious onto the high ground, allow Edix to get some damage in there. It's going to be a good opening, but not what they want. There's the Hammond getting quite low. Zac going on the hunt. He does not want to stop. He's being relentless. Ereshkigal now pushing the limits up into that front barrier, making sure that Goats cannot get comfortable within this choke.
UGMP. There's still more going down, Steidel.
That's going to take 3 members out. Zac has the Dragon Blade ready. He's trying to wait for the moment to pop it out. Fighting this Widowmaker on the high ground. Pulls out the Dragon Blade. Finally found Merge. But Merge's Poison Trap gets him. He's not going to be able to finish it out. And the hacker to Ereshkigal means he cannot use that Ice Blast right now to freeze everybody on the point. Delicious in that Primal Rage. Trying to stay alive. He pops out the snow, but he gets taken out while popping it out. He loses the ultimate. Ereshkigal not going to be able to use that Blizzard on point anymore. And Commander Huey, the only one with an ultimate up, except for Jamin getting back onto the point now with that EMP. Zac gonna go back after Merge, not letting that Widowmaker get any kind of comfort on the high ground as things begin to settle at the point. We've got 1 minute and 45 seconds left. You haven't gained any ground here. What do you do?
Well, it might be a good idea for Merge to go ahead, use that visor, get the information if they want, and switch on over to the McCree. They already have 3 flanking DPSs on the side of No, which might be a good idea just to have that flashbang coming in and get that extra stun on. No problem sticking with the long-range DPS, but it might be a good idea just to have that on. So, they're going to go ahead and drop the information they have, but UGMP.
Not just dropping the information, but dropping the power there. Huge hack from Jamin to just put a halt to that push. Didn't really accomplish much as far as kills go, but it did shave a good little bit of time off of the clock. As the minefields are being set by Edix at the beginning of the fight, trying to cut off any access to this point. Not able to do too much here, however, the push is still being stifled. And Edix, able to get Poketoo there on a bit of a chance swing. Not a lot of support, however, from the rest of his team, as Ereshkigal and Jamin are going to be able to secure this defense.
Yeah, unfortunately, no real follow up with that EMP, so they were kind of left in a difficult situation. And Arishka still able to thrive off with that Mei. So again, I feel like maybe a good idea is for them to just switch on over to a McCree, but Merge decides that they're just going to switch on to Tracer. They're just going to have a flank v flank battle now with the Tracer and the Sombra, but the ultimate charge is behind. This may be as far as they go. This is definitely last fight territory for sure, Stidle. So we got to see how these flanking DPS work out. Zach has the Dragon Blade.
He's able to do with it once again. Edicts pile driving on into the fight. Was able to pick up the kill onto Pokitude, so they are without a healer. Arishka gonna throw that Blizzard onto the point to make sure that they can zone it out. Delicious gets the kill onto Meme, Widow onto Edicts, and now things are crumbling for Goats. A last minute EMP coming in from Leoxicon, but last minute, last ditch effort. Flamia as well off point, just kind of giving away to the team as she gets taken out. And it looks like No is going to be able to hold on point 2.
Yeah, very solid hold right there. Exact 180 of what we saw. Really great stuff. Able to take advantage of Merge, because Merge was kind of shutting them down at the first point a lot of the time, along with the fact that they also had Leoxicon on that fair earlier. So they were able to do really good follows back and forth, and once Merge was able to settle on that high ground, they were able to thrive. So they understood the situation, and they kind of just shut that down by going really overkill with just like triple flanking DPS. They have the Sombra, the Tracer, and the Genji. I mean, there's really no other way of saying it. That's just kind of where you just sort of go like, all right, well, I guess it's time for us to just go ahead and switch on over to something else. I feel like we're switching to a McCree earlier would have done the trick. If you wanted to stick to long range flanking DPS, just that flashbang right click combo is just so useful if you want to continue with that momentum. But either way, we're going to see them on the defense, and they're going to try something very fun here. The commander goes back into the barracks they have, and they're like, you know what, we need a little bit of a level 2 turret coming out, and that's going to be the Torbjorn coming in with Merge, and they can set up a really good crossfire here. The bubbles are going to be great. This is I mean, I guess you could call this a kind of very mobile bunker comp, but this is really just a good old 2-2-2 coming in with the death ball, and we're going to see how this, taking it back to the old school, and we're going to see it how well they can do. I mean, with the Molten Core, they have great zoning, so I'm very optimistic for Goats' chance to potentially hold this if they manage to get first blood.
Uh-oh, though. Doesn't look like Commander Huey can get his turret up on top of the roof there. He keeps trying to throw the turret up there with Lincoln.
Might be a good idea just go back to that other high ground in the back and just throw it from there, but...
Speaking of going the other way, no, Pokitude! He may have given it away, now they have to wait. They were able to get the flank with the
They know where they are now as well.
Yeah, Merge was able to spot them out. They're on the edge. There goes Edicts immediately just going headlong into the fight. There you go, Zach trying to get some behind the back action there, but not going to work out too well. That turret is going to come in handy. Meme taking out Widows only, and now it's just a lone Winston here on the back of the point trying to take control of the high ground.
Wow,
he's
very
really secluded.
What a mixture of like fortunate stuff happening for Goats and then unfortunate things happening for No. No losing Pokitude, giving away that information of where they were flanking around with the Symmetra. And then on top of that, even though Huey wasn't able to set up their turret on the high ground, it was in just enough of a position that Huey couldn't get through that choke just to set up high ground, which is really unfortunate. And then on top of that, Huey able to find Zach. So things are looking good right now. And Merge just winning this Widow duel very quickly. So great stuff from the Torb turret being able to add that pressure as well.
Yeah, even putting the Torb turret so far forward for the second advance, it made people's weak, and it also forced Delicious to kill himself over there on the side edge to cause even more of a stagger.
Oh my god. Yeah, absolutely. So now they're just kind of trying to push on through. Zach does have the Dragon Blade coming up, and they do have Nano Blade just coming in soon. Or they could Nano Boost the Winston, depending on if the one they share the love.
There we go. The love's going to be shared for the Monkey. Delicious is going to get hit with that Nano Boost, but he's going to try and target a transcending Meme, and that's not going to be the one you want to do. Edicts, however, does get the hammer down, taking Pokitude out of the fight. There goes Zach with the Dragon Blade, looking for the kills, trying to find the Oxyconn on the Zarya, able to secure that kill. See if he's able to secure that and carry it any further. Flame taking Arishka out of the fight, but I believe this is it. No is going to be able to take point 1.
No, kind of getting held a little bit longer than Goats was, but either way, still looking very strong. You do manage to stagger on Commander Yui, and looks like they're going to be sticking to their guns here on the side of Goats. No real, complaints here. Merge will be able to get that trade, but really, it's a lot of value for them to trade at the moment because they're just kind of resetting. So every member that they lose, they have to reset. But they're going to go ahead and still stick to what they have triple DPS wise. They're getting shut down, and I'm a little bit worried because they don't have a lot of shielding against this wall of fire that they have. They have the Matrix, they have the turret, they have the Molten Core. There's so much going in favor for Goats at the moment that, they have 2 flanking DPSs, but is it enough to get around with all this chaos that's going from Goats?
I don't know if it's going to be enough to get around all of it, but if Merge can keep up the shots, then no one's going to be going anywhere.
Yeah.
Able to take out Zach. Oh, and a sleeping Reinhardt now. Able to just sitting there waiting for someone to make them their victim. And Merge just will not give Jimin an inch to move.
And also on top of that, just asserting dominance at the moment. Commander Yui able to get that hammer kill onto Arishka Gal. And yeah, there's just nothing really going for them right now. Now they have Merge. It's going to slow down progress. Silver lining, though, for the side of No is that they have 4 minutes to play with. If they can just dry push a lot, bait out some ultimates, charge up theirs, they could be in a really good position to finish this out. They did manage to full hold in last go around, so Ghost wasn't able to complete it, so that was just the opening. Oh!
Merge with a fantastic shot there onto Widow only, able to take her out with a beautiful headshot, but not going to be able to get away from Zach on the Genji. So No now has an opening. It is currently a 6v5.
6v5, and I really don't think there's much they can do right now. They should be probably disengaging if they want to complete this map, Steidel. Again, this is All-Star, so everybody's having some good fun. They do manage to get the trade onto Commander Yui, but a good grab.
Yeah, Leo threw out the graviton there a little bit zealously, I think. He got a little caught up in the fight.
Yeah, fair enough.
More than he could.
It's All-Stars, dude. You're gonna get caught up in the fight. It's for the glory.
Yeah, you want to get play of the game today. That's kind of the goal for a lot of these guys. And Zach's looking to get it, but a huge hammer comes out from Adix, taking Zach into the ground there, able to get the kill there. Oh, Molten Core from Commander Huey gonna zone off a lot of the point as Delicious decides to just go on a monkey rampage through the point. Arisha Go looking mighty low, not able to heal herself, but able to capture the point. And Delicious is gonna have to help Pokemon looking for a couple of good boots here in the edge, but not gonna do much. Merge with a huge double kill to put Goats back into the game on this.
Oh my gosh, they managed to deny the tick, and they are going to be able to wrap this up. They switched over to a trickle comp real quick, and now they're just that's kind of used. They didn't get a single tick off of that, so now they are going to switch on over to the McCree, which is great because, like you said, the team of Goats has been kind of like being a little bit over aggressive, and that flashbang, that stun, if they're able to gang up on them along with Arisha Gal's sleep dart, things could look very scary for the side of Goats.
Very much so. Such a beautiful job. They couldn't have been more than 0.2 away from getting that tick. And Merge taking a sleep. Wake up, buddy.
Do you want a bandage for that?
No naps in this game.
No.
Gotta stay woke.
Indeed. Yeah, stay woke, kids. And I mean, Goats are staying woke right now. They have had not a reason to drop their ultimates. Great use of invincibility shield.
That is true. Meme still has that Transcendence coming back to the point. Getting targeted, however, from Zach. Zach's trying to force that Transcendence out, but Meme's going to be the one winning the point as Edix pushes the team away with that Primal Rage.
You know what they say? The Zen is mightier than the sword.
Oh.
No? Okay, cool. Just like old times. There we go. Disapproval right there. It's all flooding back to me like the high school days. Oh my gosh.
Speaking of flooding back, Delicious and Pokemon flooding back to the respawn there after what I would call a questionable attack. The Winston and Lucio just kind of went in on their own. Right now, Leoxicon just meddling around in the front lines. Basically the spawn doors at this point. And it seems that No just can't get a good grasp on this attack. And part of that might be, it is an All-Stars team, so these guys don't all play together.
That's very true, and the fights have been really, really scrappy. Nobody's coming out a clear victor, except for the side of Goats, because they don't need to worry about finishing in time. They are the time bank. They are the defenders of the time, so There's a full stack of ults right now coming in, Schneidel, and there's the dry push that we're looking for. Let's see if they can find anything.
Alright, so there you go. The Dragon Blade comes out with an Nano Boost, but there's a Transcendence to meet it. So Zach is able to take Flamia's invincibility field out of the equation, but that's going to be about it. And Leo, great zoning defense with those mines. All of the ultimates brought out from Goats. No, however, use the Nano Blade, and that's about it. So they still have that Primal Rage, they still have the Deadeye, the Pulse Bomb, and the Sound Barrier, but they only have one chance here.
Potentially, let's see, it's the last team fight for sure. We're going to OT, but how's it going to go?
Alright, there you go, the Primal Rage and the Sound Barrier let loose. This is Mean gonna be the first one to fall. The Deadeye falls on deaf ears and blind eyes. Commander Huey gonna activate that Torbjorn Molten Core almost, but gets flashbanged out of it. Commander Huey not able to come in clutch there. The kill feed definitely in favor of Goats at this moment, however, as all the members of Node get taken out one by one in that defense.
Well, looks like we're still in the Goats meta because they just came out victorious. Buddy, it really just kind of what it came down to is a huge scrappy fight, and even though the ults were held on and it was wonderful dry pushes coming in from No, they did have to worry about that time bank, and that tick that was denied oh so close was kind of the big difference maker. The fact that they had to earn a second tick after what seemed like 3 minutes of pushing is so detrimental. It just came down to a matter of meters, Steidel. So either way, first map, still gonna play out them all, by the way, just to let everybody know. So, you know, either way, still a lot of fun Overwatch to watch. Really enjoyed that tour personally.
You don't get to see a lot of competitive Torb play, you know?
Yeah, that's very true, especially when DeFran left Owl. So almost all the other tours, well, yeah, it certainly wasn't for Torb fans. It was a very sad day for Torb fans. It was just pretty much like, you know, now who's going to carry that flag? Dogman? I don't think so. He's got to stick on that Zen.
Jake was the first to play Torb in the league.
Was he?
Yeah, Jake was the first to play Torbjorn in the Overwatch League.
Wow. I guess, did he manage to win?
Yeah, it was on Numbani, and they pushed all 3 points and won.
That's hilarious. Awesome. Well, good on you. You did your homework. I failed my tests. Way to keep up with the Owl lore. But either way, switching on back to the Owlet lore, we're just going on over to Busan with the greatest crossover anime fight of all time. And
we're definitely gonna be seeing more Hammond here.
Yeah, for sure. I was about to say that actually. Triple DPS is probably one of the best compositions that you could ever have in Busan. It's definitely a triple DPS favorite map. Sanctuary is kind of a toss-up because you are able to just jump to different compositions. That it's pretty open just because there's a lot of flanking potential, but just a lot of head-on fights as well. Meanwhile, at Mecha Base, you want to cover a lot of things. Back in the day when Goats was more prominent, we saw a lot of Mei Goats coming in because that extra ice wall with the barriers at the point was really, really useful for zoning. But with triple DPS, people are finding it more and more successful just because you can set up a lot of crossfires with the 76. The Reaper can bully at the choke. There's a lot of firepower that you can spam. The spam damage is just so huge when you are able to play the triple DPS. And then on top of that, downtown is also really great, especially with characters that have knockback, because you can just boop them into the subway. I've seen those environmental kills before. Somebody's going to be catching a train for sure, Style.
Well, as long as they paid for their ticket, I'm okay with that.
I don't know. It was in a little bit of a rush. I don't know if you get knocked into a train, you get the chance to pay for it. I think you're just dead at that point.
Well, you know what? I think that must be the price.
You pay you pay the highest toll.
You paid for it with your life, yeah.
Exactly. Oh god.
Expensive trains in Busan. Expensive trains.
They are expensive trains, but I think the trains in Japan are more expensive, you know, with the bullet train. I think, or maybe they're actually pretty cheap because they're like the community transit, because so you pay like 1 year subscription. It's pretty cool stuff. By the way, we are starting on Mecha Base. So there's no trains. There's only flying transformers that, you know, we hope one day flying cars exist. It'd be really cool. We're just waiting for the lobby to start as well. Things are going to be going back and forth. But I think both you and I, Style, are in accord that we're definitely going to be seeing the triple DPS, or it could potentially be the Wrecking Ball Diva coming out very soon. If it's Ghosts, yeah. I'm going to scream.
I
Mangoes could.
don't. I think right now the consensus is neither team wants goats to happen.
Okay, fair enough.
So
So if we're
I think that no matter what, we're going to be seeing compositions that stray from the stagnant 3-3 meta that has grown to be so prevalent.
so the good manner agreement of making sure there's no goats whatsoever. If that's the case, we'll just kind of pretty much eliminate it to and discern us having a probably just some kind of just triple DPS fight versus triple DPS. It just comes down to what DPS they want to go. So we just gotta wait for what. Yeah, have to wait to see how it spawn.
So possible triple DPS from the side of no. Zach switched over to the Zarya at the current moment to fill in for the 2-2-2, but Zach is known for the Genji, known for the DPS play, so I wouldn't be surprised to see a switch.
Yeah, you just gotta wait for it to see what happens. But it looks like
nope. Coming out of the gate in the 2-2-2 on both sides.
Okay, Death Ball does cover a lot of ground. Great bubbles for your DPS, and Jack gonna be on that Doomfist. It could definitely pressure a lot of the backline. So let's see how they do with this flanking.
Oh, beautiful start. Able to separate the main tanks from the support line, and Pokatu was able to snag that kill onto Merge right there.
Most likely, Pokatu. Ooh.
Yeah, coming in big with that burst damage. Meme not able to stay alive right there, and oh no, that looked like Mithra got booped into a pretty uncomfortable situation, having to fight the soldier 1v1 on the point while the team picks up the rest of the battle.
Yeah, and they'll be able to rack that up and wrap it up very quickly. Fox are switching on over to the Zarya. Lack of a grab coming in soon, and that is also going to be huge stagger onto Mithra.
Yeah.
So huge anti, but no follow-up, so they're really not worried about that at all. And yeah, things are going to be a little bit rocky for the side of Goats, but if they can build up this grab quickly, they could look pretty good here. It's got to be good with those bubbles.
Yep, and we've got Jack trying to face off against Pokatu. Merge is going to help out with
Nice
that fight.
opening.
Meme getting super low on the Lucio. The Shatter does come through, and it finds two. Counter Shatter from Edic's going to go ahead and find one and secure the kill, as well as the rest of the team coming in from the back line to sweep up and clean up. And now we're finally seeing Goats take themselves a little bit of control percentage here on the point.
Yeah, nice, beautiful stuff right there for Goats, as they were able to just rack up the kills right there with a nice little nano boost coming onto Edix. But unfortunately, there's a lot of information coming in for the side of No, and they also have a lot of ults coming up still in the lead of a grab is Dak.
The Transcendence does come out from Jamin. Airskagal as well, dumping off that nano boost. Still nothing able to really come out. No fruition to be fraught. Jack gonna find the kill on a Pokatu. Laser Blitz gonna go ahead and answer right back. So Airskagal tries to keep the rest of the team alive, getting mighty low. Sleep Dart misses by just a hair as Meme Sound Barrier does come online. And Edith returns to the fight with a huge shatter, grabbing three. Fire Strike to try and grab a couple out. They get Graviton by Zach there. Zach gets brought real low, and Edis is able to take him out of the fight, and now he just gotta swing his hammer into a tiny Omic to secure the rest of the fight.
Yep, and they will finally do that. Jamin giving them a little bit of cat and mouse chase, but overall, things look pretty good. Unfortunately, Zach dropping that grab, not finding results that they were. I think they were just trying to use that as a disengage tool, as clever as that was. Unfortunately, just not going to be able to follow up with that, and things are looking still pretty good. Merge now with the Dragon Strike Nano Blades could happen right now.
But the Nano Blade trying to get away from the Tag Visor, but the Tag Visor should try to get away from the Dragon Blade. Merge able to pick up a good double kill there, as well as a triple to take a risk to go out. Zach trying to do something in the wake of this curb stomping attack from Goats here. Man, so scary for a speed-boosted Reinhardt just swinging his hammer in your face.
Yeah, it is scary. And also on top of that, Merge is pretty scary themselves. Able to pick up a 4K there. Earthshare already right off the bat.
And Merge with another triple kill. Looking to be the all-star of the all-star match here.
Wow. Just absolute Steidel. That was an absolute stomping right there. Beautiful stuff coming in from Goats. Just one after the other, just a nice cycle of ults after that, building up the momentum. I was really worried about Goats starting off on the Diva and then switching over to the Zarya because Foxer would have been behind Grav Charge the entire time. But really, I should have been more worried about the fact that they have a dangerous Rhine Genji duo at their team because Goats was pretty much just keeping up that momentum. Great follow up kills and pressure coming in from Merge. And then on top of that, you had pretty much uh, Edix to worry about. So Goats looking pretty good, not giving them any time to breathe, but Sanctuary will allow them more open, wide areas. So we could see no Thrive here. This could be something that they're up against. They're already setting up a nice crossfire with the flanking DPS and Laser Blitz on that McCree. So it could stop Merge in their tracks. They understand that Merge was kind of a thorn in their side, so now they have a flashbang to deal with them.
And speaking of a flashbang to deal with them,
and there it is!
The pile drive from Edix and take Merge out of the fight. Both primary objectives and win conditions for No. Goats now struggling a little bit. They lost their healers as well in the fight. Edix is trying to stay alive, 24 health, not able to do it, however, and Delicious is the name of the game, and the Reinhardt, in fact, as No takes control of the point first.
Yeah, I had a feeling that they were able to make these fights a lot more scrappier and a lot more comfortable time to set up. And I don't know if you noticed, but Jamin throwing in the tactical crouches after taking down, fortunately, whoever that Lucio was. So I think it was Mithra. Ground pound will come in, but there's no follow-up there. It's a little bit of chip damage, but it's kind of denied thanks to the invincibility shield. So things are looking good right now. They're building up also a lot of ultimates. They were able to deny a lot of ult charge. And Edix is going by themselves a lot of times, so they got to be careful. Ooh, Deadeye, no shield.
Ooh, Deadeye, yeah, boots over the sky, but it got reflected by Merge, so he's not going to be able to find anything. Transcendence online for Jamin as he's going to spin that out. Original does have that amplification wall from Baptista, but it's so difficult to place on a point like this. Not able to find much. Merge is going to find two, and he's going to pull the Dragon Blade to finish the fight. Grabs one, grabs two, and that's going to be all she wrote, ladies and gentlemen, as Goats holds on to the point for a little bit longer. The ults, however, definitely in favor of No.
Definitely in favor of No for sure, but they're able to catch up pretty quickly. Foxer and Mimmer are also able to get their ults very quickly as well. I actually think there's now an ult lead coming in very much in favor for the side of No still. They do have that Deadeye coming in, but they're working on pressuring Laser Blitz, and they were able to get those team fight kills before they could drop the ult, so let's see if they can work on that right now.
Edix is going to go ahead and drop down that minefield as Zach hunts for the perfect opportunity to throw this pulse bomb out. Laser Blitz now with the Deadeye online. There's Hammond going back into the fray of the fight. Laser Blitz tries to use the Deadeye, but the D.Va bomb is going to come straight at him. And oh! 1 for 1! Each ultimate grabbing themselves to kill. Foxer getting the D.Va bomb onto Jamin and taking out that Transcendence. Transcendence, however, from Mimmer, going to try and keep the team alive, but the blast damage from the pulse bomb going to take Mithra out of the fight. And now NO fighting with one man up on the fight in a 5v6, de-suiting the D.Va. Delicious now able to get Foxer out of that mech. NO now with the upper hand, losing a couple of members to Foxer and Edix, and the tables turn pretty quickly as Goats seems to stand on top of the mountain, and Pokatu taking Mimmer out of the fight. Zach trying to stay alive, but Jax is going to be the one who coming out on top. Delicious is trying to sustain for as long as possible until his backup can arrive, but Edix and Jax are making that quite difficult. There go the mines.
Oh,
Delicious. Oh! And Edix finally able to secure that kill. We do get a Dragon Blade from Merge, trying to put the final nail into Coffin.
Looks like they can do it.
That's gonna be it. Yeah, that's gonna be all she wrote. Goats will be walking away with Busan.
Well, I'm certainly surprised they were able to follow through and win out that fight, because that was extremely close. It could have been either way, but just unfortunately, Edix was popping off for Goats, and No was not going to be able to follow up with that. And Goats really didn't have anything to lose during that team fight. They were able to take out ultimates. There wasn't really a lot of follow-ups with the ultimates on the side of No, and they have no problem with contesting, because all that does is gives them more percentage on the point, and they already won the map before that, so they were pretty much sitting comfy. Really great stuff from Goats. No, hey, they're still looking fine. Just unfortunately, Goats has just been such an aggressive team that the moment that they catch them slipping for a second, they go absolutely nutso.
Not to mention that Edix has just been an absolute powerhouse in the main tank role today. Like the Reinhardt has been absolutely superb and aggressive. The Hammond, he's able to get in and out of these fights at just the right time, so that he's not
Merge with the
necessarily
Genji.
feeding. Merge's Genji was insane
Love
last
Merge
round.
Zen. Good Discord orbs as well. The less time you need to kill somebody, the longer you're going to live.
That's true. And Flamia has been doing a fantastic job on the support role as the Baptiste. We haven't seen a lot of Baptiste play in, competitive matches.
That's
Still,
true.
still kind of finding where Baptiste lies within the evolving meta. He's still a relatively new hero, so it's refreshing to see Flamia take the leap and bring Baptiste to the front lines.
Yeah, a lot of good use of that invincibility shield. I will say though, Pokitude with the Lucios have also been really great as well. A lot of good sound berries followed by Rishka Gal, because they've been also able to get a lot of good crucial sleep darts. If they can follow up on those sleep darts that have been absolutely nutty coming in from Rishki, then I think they could do really really good. Because I mean, we saw in Volskaya that they managed to get a 6 sleep onto I believe it was who's the main tank again? It's I keep mixing up the names. I think it was Leoxicon, and I mean, pretty much that was able to shut down a lot of things for them. They were kind of not going as aggressive. They only went aggressive if they had their Reinhardt. So, if they can follow up with more of those sleep darts that Diana's been doing and a lot of great anti nades from them, then I think we could see definitely no bringing this back around.
Yep, and this kind of circles back to the fact that, guys, you do have to remember that these players don't play on teams or on the same team. I need to say,
Yeah,
regularly. These guys are all picked and plucked from
they're
teams
superstars
across the
of their own
tournament. Yeah, they're
team.
the all stars. They're
Yeah,
the
it's
best of
like
the best, and they're
if
working.
yeah, exactly. It's not like when Goku was teleported to that one time in that weird tournament in multi-dimension things and they had to work together, with all the crossover universe heroes. They weren't all synergy. They weren't, they just met each other. Now you're
Mhm.
just finding this rhythm. And the more the games go in, the closer they're going to get, I have a feeling, style. Like certainly it was a 2-0, but it was no simple 2-0 for the side of goats.
Oh, not at all. That final fight was quite the thrasher. And
Mhm.
with Kings, and here's the deal: with Kings Row and Ilios being our final two maps, I really do think that's when we're going to see the real shiny moments. Route 66 is our next map, and I think this lends a lot more to that triple DPS composition that you've been so fond
Lends a lot to that tour. Let's not jump around the subject.
of.
There's big girls,
Double turret? What?
double turret, level 3 turret, as they used to call it back in the day when we were kids. Um, what else? Really bunker could thrive. So we could see an Baptiste, which is also really cool to see. Um, pirate ship, dive, obviously. So no goats. They have been. I do like the idea from both sides though, sticking with the death ball. Death ball is kind of like the good starter to work out with because death ball is just it's a Rein Zarya and then 2 DPSs and 2 support, and it's just whatever you're most comfortable with. So it really does lend itself to that a lot.
The old school tried and true.
Yeah, absolutely. It's very vanilla and very nice middle of the road. And if you're a new team, Deathball is really just the way to go, I feel, because you want to start working on that synergy first before you start working on tactical comms. Because if you're not getting the comms through, then no composition that you try out is going to work.
So is there anything that you haven't seen yet that you want to see?
6 support. That's
I'd be
that's
down
just
for
a
that.
fantasy. That's just a fantasy of mine. I'm sorry. As a support main, seeing 6 support just absolutely healing the heck out of everybody would be really really fun. I actually would love to see maybe a sim come out and just see how that goes. Just run some really like just annoying stuff just for fun in the All Stars because
Hmm.
it's All Stars. Just have a little bit of fun. So some people would say like, what is so fun about sim? But if you're a good sim, And you place those turrets, and you just see them just having such a hard time being slowed down by those turrets and just a lot of chip damage. It can be pretty funny, as annoying as it is.
Speaking of pretty funny,
What's up?
someone just came into the match and their name is Panda Bear Kev, and I find that funny because I like panda bears. We have 2 new substitutions in the lobby right now. Foxer has come in and for goats, and Panda Bear Kev has stepped into the ring for no. I do believe we'll have one more set of substitutions either after this map or after the next map.
I have no idea, but either way, we are still going to get the full 5, just to remind folks at home as well. Just like, we're still playing this out. It's not an official series. Like we said, it's just All-Stars. It's whatever. So, here we go. It is going to be the good old Route 66 Big Girls. Buy one, get a slushy half off. If they have slushy. I think it's like Big Girls, the gas station is a gas station.
I mean, yeah, it doesn't look like they have any slushy machines in there. They've got a empty rack.
It's very vacant.
An old soda machine that also looks empty. That refrigerator can't be healthy. But hey, you know what? No smoking.
Yeah, that's good. I'm really glad about that. I am.
Cree's gotta put out that cigar before he goes in.
McCree actually's got a lot of bad habits, man. He drinks a lot. He eats a lot of high sugared food. Like he eats a lot of pie at that diner, and then also.
I mean, but it's pie though. Pie's not bad. The internet told me that pie was not bad.
Okay, well, if the internet says it's not bad, then I guess your physician, Dr. Internet, is correct.
Yeah, WebMD's never spent me in the wrong way.
Wikipedia never. I'm just gonna assume so. Anyway, so here we go. It is going to be the triple DPS that we're gonna see. Not traditional, but we do see the bunker comp. But it's triple DPS bunker comp, and both of these guys are gonna go absolutely nuts. It's actually quad DPS as I'm now taking it in. And I do like this a lot more, the triple DPS bunker, because the Discord orb is gonna be so good with that Zen.
Yeah, so I mentioned that Noah's gonna have a very difficult time surviving on that payload if they do not get a shield tank to help out with this merge. Just bringing out the cheese, the Gouda, the cheddar, the mozzarella, the Swiss, whatever they please.
The feta. Because they are fed up with this. Look at that. They have so much stall. Yeah, and nicely done. Very proud of you on that one. Poketune Commander, you just having a good old Symmetra duel. I really find that funny that Poketune was able to bring him down, but they are still doing a great job just zoning these people out with the ice wall. And I think honestly, they might need to switch to maybe a little bit more shielding or a little bit extra healing. Give up 1 DPS for an extra healer, maybe a Zen. I do like Poketune on the Hanzo though. We've seen Hanzo has a lot of answers to Storm Arrow, the shields. There we go. Mixing up my words here. But either way, that's just got to be one thing that comes into play. Maybe try to get Delicious to heal up a little bit more, heal up a little more quickly. Yeah, charge up a little more quickly with that EMP. Ooh, get denied so quickly.
Able to get Delicious on that Sim and get the kill onto Zach. So that's quite a problematic start here. No, still not able to find themselves any sort of leeway as Merge pops forward to secure the front lines. There has to be a shield coming out from No at some point in this conversation, in this fight. If they continue to do what they do, they will just run the timeout.
Well, I don't think a shield may not be necessary as much as Delicious getting that EMP a lot more quickly. Here comes tank mode. They are going to drop it early just to hunt down laser bullets.
Oh, Delicious coming back to the point on the Sombra, but gets the Discord pretty early on, so they're going to have to back out of the fight.
Okay.
And Panda Bear's going to get taken out by Memers. That's another downhill opportunity. 2 more kills for the side of Goats as they hold strong, not allowing this payload to get even halfway to the first point.
Yeah, they're getting stopped at Big Earls, and Delicious getting staggered as well. It's not good. Pokemon switching on over to the Doomfist could get a
Oh,
lot of stun here, but they're just getting shut down one by one. Really need to regroup here, and Delicious really needs to get that EMP because they're letting this bunker comp just thrive over here, and a good EMP would just shut this down for them, and I know they can do this.
oh, Commander Yui once again taking out that Rocket Queen from below with the Sombra. Merge had a pretty good eye on Delicious and Poketsuit in the backline, so they're both going to fall as well. The only person alive is Laser Blitz on that Tracer, who's barely able to survive and scrape away at the very end there.
Yeah, but again, interesting choice of the barrage. Pressures out the Transcendence. Flamia does go down, though. They'll have to take a while to get back, so that's... You know, they had Duel in the back. And I don't know what to say, Style, except that this... they gotta regroup here.
And only they need to regroup, but they can't really do much. Fox are putting that Blizzard down on the point. Means you can't really attack that well. But Zach gonna take Nemur out of the fight. There go the minefields onto the point. Fox are having to go into the ice cube to protect himself, but having to come out of the ice cube. Ooh! Able to escape the mines just barely by using the ice wall to elevate himself above the minefield. Then killing Ereshka Go. Tracer just trickling around the point as best she can. There's Delicious, has the... Well, not the EMP, but...
Wait, oh god, Laser.
Yeah, we're not going to talk about it. Laser Blitz may have taken one to the dome, a bit of friendly fire, very friendly, might I say, with killing themselves with the pulse bomb.
A noble sacrifice, but at what cost, though, Steidel?
We'll see. 41.33 meters, that's not a lot of distance.
Nope, and like our production said as well, if you saw... also, there was maybe not a lot of healing as you expected, as we were seeing two Mercies duke it out in the back alley, but we didn't talk about it because that's kind of like rule number 1 of Mercy Fight Club. Don't talk about Mercy Fight Club. So, here we go. Panda Bear Kev proving that they have the more upper body strength of a Mercy than the other Mercy. So let's see. They have to push it to the entrance of Big Earls, grab some snacks, and then eat them in front of their enemy's face.
I'm liking the composition.
Oh, okay. Not the pull pork, but you're talking about defense. There we go. Okay. It doesn't really set up in Crossfire. I like it too. It's not normal bunker, but it's like it's just Death Ball, really.
Yeah, this composition is going to be quite reliant on being able to
Delicious able to hack. Zach able to get the bubble onto Panda Bear Kev so they can go a little more aggressive. With the Reinhardt in your face, it does shut down a lot of the potential aggressiveness that does come in the way of what we have here with the quad DPS. But Merge on that Ashe as well is going to be great. Does take out a lot of healing. Ooh. Murmur does go down. Yeah, mean, but Merge able to get a kill onto Laser Blitz, and the spawn is further away for them, and no mercy to res as well.
Yeah, they were able to just kind of sit there in the train car and ambush them as they came past. Ship
Merge.
An amount of time off the clock, but Merge is, it doesn't matter what DPS hero you put Merge on, it's gonna go crazy.
Yeah, their hero pool is absolutely nuts, and a final hook onto Delicious. Fortunately, they will try to get away, but at that cost, they do not get to finish the map, and Goats will go ahead and win a third one just with the sheer amount of power they had, and also the fact is no mercy to res them.
Yeah, and Goats showing themselves as the dominant group of 6 right now. No really needs to find some sort of gem, some sort of fuel source.
Just watching the play of the game.
To bring out the gold in them.
Yeah, well, let's see. They have two more goats to go. Yeah, 2 more maps to go, Steidel. And, you know, it's not out of the realm of possibility. There's 5 maps. You can at least win one of them.
And now we're going to King's Row, which is one of the the two that are left, King's Row and Ilios, are both, in my opinion, in the top 5 list of tried and true iconic competitive maps. Just, maps that set staples and created metas.
I think we're going to see that in Havana as well.
I think so as well. It's definitely a different kind of map. How open the end of it is.
Yeah, I think absolutely. Just like the fact is that there's a lot of comfortable, it's just a lot of comfortable high ground vantage points that allow you to just dive in very easily and take advantage of it. So I'll see how it goes. I'm very excited to cast my first map with that. But either way, we are going to King's Row, and that is, like you said, a tried and true staple map. And just because of the sheer fact is that we see a lot of teams just stick to whatever they want. If they wanted, literally, if there's any map that they're going to win tonight on the side of no, it's definitely going to be King's Row, because everybody at one point or another can win a map on King's Row with almost any comp they really want to throw at them.
It's a very versatile map, so you are able to make a lot of different styles and paces work depending on what suits your group best. I do agree.
Arguably, you could also just make stuff up and it works as well.
Welcome to my ELO. So that's what happens in every competitive game.
Yep. I mean, I'm not. Honestly, I've seen just comp in general. It's just you kind of make a 2-2-2 amalgamation, and then sometimes, once in a while, there's enough people with comps to make something. Either way, right now we're just waiting for everybody to do a quick little bit of switch ups. But do you think this? Do you think there's room for No to take a map here, or do you think Goats is just gonna continue being the defiant people that they are? Merge is going to be able to thrive on here on Widow for sure.
Yeah, and I haven't been able to get a good look at Panda Bear Kev yet on the main tank role. I think that's going to play a lot into this King's Row push. Yeah, because
they were on the Mercy, weren't they?
They were on the Mercy for the defense, but they were on the Reinhardt. Or sorry, they were on the Mercy for the offense, but they were on the Reinhardt for the defense. So I'm not quite sure which way it may be going. That may have just
so many questions.
Fluke thing, and not to mention that they're kind of I wouldn't say a jack of all trades, but they've got a good amount of time on Diva and Widowmaker, as well as Genji, Reinhardt, and Mercy as the top 5 most heroes played.
Okay. Sometimes those top 5s are either very tight knit or they're very, very spaced out. So it does depend on a couple of factors. So we'll have to wait and see. Not to mention that they potentially also have other alt accounts that they practice on as well.
Of course.
Or I mean, they don't have alt accounts and they just watch their friends play a lot of the other hero. Either way, we could also see the bunker composition come out for King's Row as well. There's just so many things as a color caster you could say about this map, or just a caster in general, because it really just... It's sort of in the similar way of Control Point, where you have to wait for both teams to come out of spawn to see what you're going to get. It's kind of the same thing with King's Row, because you never know what you're really going to get in King's Row.
King's Row is also, it's home to one of my top 5 900 IQ strats for Overwatch, and that was when the LA Gladiators did the very elaborate bait and switch, pulling around and then switching on to Widowmaker. So I'd love to see something super interesting. A crazy strat that they don't think is gonna work, but hey, it just might work, but it might not work, but it might make us have some fun times. I don't know. It's an all-star match.
It comes down to a lot of trust.
No one's got anything to lose.
That's also true. There's not a lot to lose, but an idea like that does come with a lot of trust, whether you have nothing to lose or not. And right now, no, they're working on their synergy. But it was. Goats has been just kind of so strong here. We'll see. 5 seconds remain. We're going to see what comes out of the woodworks for the side of no. What do they choose to do? They choose to do the death ball. It's PS4 all over again, Steitel. It is going to be just the good old grab Dragon Strike with an extra Shimada on the side for the flanking DPS power, And now with Baptiste also on that invincibility shield that they have, they can definitely hold on and hotel the corner of it very, very well. So they can give less vantage points for Merge.
Yeah, but still, you know, Merge is
Well,
so many crucial DPS kills. Now you're putting him on a healer that can also DPS. That's a scary thought.
well, we are going to see Panda finally onto that Reinhardt, and we're going to see Merge, we're going to see Edix now on the Widow as opposed to the Reinhardt. Roles have been switched.
Nice charge coming out from Panda Bear Kev to start things off and bring the fight to Flamia's face, as well as Merges, able to take 2 kills pretty easily at the beginning of this fight, as No shoves Goats back to the spawn doors. They need to be able to back out and not get too cocky. Panda Bear Kev's barrier is starting to take a little bit of damage at this point.
Yeah, they might want to disengage now. The Widow only has basically ripped the head of almost every team member that has still remained outwards. And now Edix is now just going to hang in a spawn because they just need to show them some respect, but there really hasn't been any reason for them to respect it. But now Edix able to get pokey too. Things are looking good. All charges coming in the way, though. Very much in the favor for the side of No, as they do have a lot of things going for them. Dragon Strike is just going to come out right now, stop him at this choke.
Oh, but it's not going to be able to get through all the way. Jack going to find himself 2 kills, and it's also, you know, worth pointing out that Goats are playing many of their members off of the positions that we've been seeing them play throughout the day already. Edix off of the main tank onto the DPS. Foxer was playing DPS, now he's an off tank. Merge playing DPS, now on healer. Flamia playing support, now on main tank. I mean, they flipped the game upside down and they're still pushing successfully.
Absolutely. Edit. Oh, but the Dragon Blade could shut this down.
Oh, there goes the Dragon Blade from Jake, trying to find something, trying to find success. Able to find 2, but not able to find Jamin. And just 98.3%. Bemmie 1.7% was all they needed.
Yeah, that is a scary thought to think of. That was so close. Way to go to Jamin to be able to come in clutch here. And we'll see how they do. Delicious has that grab coming up, and they could grab Shatter here. This could be huge.
Not only would that be big, there goes the Shatter, but it's going to fall on deaf ears. They didn't see
the
quite
grab.
Right. The grab did come through. Not a lot of follow-up, but just enough. Dragons are there to deter, but Flamia has the nano boost, trying to swing through to build up that Earth Shatter. Still a lot of pressure from Edix into the fight, but not enough to deter Widow Only or Jamin from securing their kills as Jamin goes up onto the high ground to take Edix out. And still no switches from the side of Ghosts. They have decided to stick with the composition and the roles that they've given themselves.
90 seconds to take 1 tick. You have a lot of ults coming in the wing. No surprise. They do have to deal with a lot of stuff, though. The ult economy is still looking strong. Use grab. Could follow up on this. Invincibility shield comes out.
And they were able to take Widow Only out of the fight, but they lost their Zenyatta in the process, and that's bad when Jamin's got a Dragon Blade and is out for blood, grabbing 2 kills on a Fox or Edix and finishing up a 3rd with the help of Panda Bear Kev there. And No, able to tackle this kind of flipped around Goats. I don't think Goats is taking it too seriously here, though.
No, and I'm not surprised either, especially with the performance that they showed in Route 66. But look at this, the amount of ults that were dropped by the side of No. They do have ults coming up very soon, but like, look at this, they're already pretty much ready to go. Earthshatter's pretty huge, though.
Yeah, they're able to find quite a couple of people. Flamia not so happy about that. Keeps getting shattered right before a shatter of their own. But Ultimate's definitely on board now for Goats coming into this next fight against No, but they only have 11 seconds. The Gravitons didn't get them stuck, and the Dragons are going to come through next. Flamia trying to survive and get forward. Use this Earth Shatter that they have been holding on to for forever. Oh, Jack coming in big with the Dragon Blade.
Are you
fight
kidding
2, fight
me?
3. He's going to be able to fight 4. He's going to be able to take a team on his back. Delicious in the high charge. Zarya, the last ditch, the last resort, but an overtime Dragon Blade from Jack.
Oh my
as
god.
Flamia holds on to that Earth Shatter for the next fight.
Oh my worlds. Oh my days. Alright, here we go. We're only able to find Jack, but only just after they just go absolutely nutso mode. And wow, they did it. God, here we go. I gotta admit that we have an Earth Shatter coming up very soon. We see Pokemon switching on over to
Oh,
Roadhog.
there's the shatter that matters! Taking Panda Bear Kev and Pokemon out of the fight for a hot second, but a beautiful sleep dart from Mithra are going to save that Reinhardt, but not save the team. Pokemon Delicious able to come through on the counter and take out a couple of members. Push the fight back and reset the clock.
Oh my god. Alright, well, Widow only thriving once again. Really amazing stuff. And Pokemon able to get Jack. They are taking quite a good amount of advantage of them. And they're dropping ults very quickly on both sides, though. So it really is a big old back-and-forth race style of who can ult charts the fastest. They're going to be able to get a little bit more momentum. And they still have the spawn advantage in their favor. But I think once we start getting spawn advantage for the side of No, we're going to see a lot more cooler stuff like Pokemon getting the hook.
Speaking of cool stuff, there goes a Graviton and a Dragon Blade to counter it. There goes the Dragon Strike.
Ooh.
To throw it back in their face, and a lot of kills once again for No, as Goats cannot seem to put together a cohesive attack here.
Well, yeah, no, they're just kind of like dry pushing right now. They have 60 seconds remaining. They are going to be able to have that Nano Blade coming online very soon if they want to do it. Edix will be able to have that information, and Flamia seems to be okay at charging the Earth Shatter. They aren't usually Reinhardt, so it's understandable. They really just got to be careful. Widow only's been pressuring them a lot.
Oh! And a strange Earth Shatter coming out from Panda Bear Kev. It was almost like it was a 360 Earth Shatter. Didn't find anybody. However, Widow only and Pokemon not really gonna have to say much about that, but they got a lot to say in the kill feed. That is for sure. As the Nano Blade goes on to Jack to secure this defense. Dragon Blade
again?
Dude and Delicious out of the fight. He's gotten two. He's looking for the third. He wants to keep the payload a moving, keep the beat a grooving. He's able to clear it off long enough for Edix and for Foxer to return to the payload and allow their team one last final fight. Hopefully Flamia can get that Earth Shatter online and make something big happen. Oh, there it is. The avenue is open.
That's
Earth
big.
Shatter spent. It was pretty big as in size, but nobody was there to get taken away by it.
Zoning Shatter. There you go.
Zoning Shatter. Yes, exactly. And there goes the Nano Boosted Diva and the Dragon Strike coming out from No as they're trying to get this defense down. They do get the D-Mech as well as the kill on Zenyatta, but they lose Eriscal to Edix in the process. D-Suit on Pokemon would have only going to take Foxer out of the fight. Mithra trying to stay alive. Edix can't seem to connect the shots onto the members of No. So Goats at a bit of a disadvantage as Flamia gets mighty low on health.
Oh, Jack.
And man, Jack has just put this team on his back,
Woo.
but not able to stay on the payload.
Very close. Very, very close. Good stuff, though. Oh my gosh. No, able to just pull that out. Getting that D-Mech onto the Diva on the side of Goats and then just making sure that they never were able, really given a chance to reset after that was kind of huge. They allowed them to live. They were just focusing on getting the D-Mech. Just kind of a really nice Dragon Strike coming in from Widow only. And then after that, they just kind of thrived and it was going to be very much in their favor. Like I said, I thought we were going to see them do a lot more cooler things like they did there earlier with Widow only and such. Because they were closer, they had spawn advantage. It really just came down to who had spawn advantage in those team fights. So now we are going to see them try to push this all the way. On the side of No, they do have to go through Goats' defense. And we see that Goats has a pretty good defense as they were able to full hold on Big Earls on the good old Route 66 map. So now we're going to see if they can do the same here. Merge on that tour. We're seeing them not go back to their respective roles yet, but we do see Edix now switching on up as opposed to DPS, they are going to be the healer.
There seems to be some unspoken Torbjorn contract being written in our match. I don't know if it's going to come to fruition, but we might see Jamin and Merge battle it out hammer style.
Oh, yes, there is a hammer. I'm looking at the comms right now. There is hammers only coming in. I thought they meant the Reinhardts, but yeah, no, Merge and
let's see if this is a real thing, if they actually do it. You know,
So
I think they're just nameable. Oh, there he comes. Here comes Jamin.
No, they're coming on point. No, don't shoot him. All right, well, I guess they're just going to Seems like a bit of a debate going on. Jamin and Merge. Oh, they're about to go in. They're going to the fighting ring.
They're trying. It just seems like a little bit
What
of
is
pitter-patter back
like
and forth
Jook.
at the moment, but Pokatu's not buying it. He's like, hey man, I'm here to fight. Let me fight. I wanna get some mines. I wanna use this little hamster. Beautiful initiation right there. Jack gonna be the one to take the first kill onto Widow only, so we will not be seeing Torbjorn battles today. But however, Jamin and Merge are both just standing off in the distance by themselves.
Oh, they're going to a hotel and they're gonna.
Oh, here we go. Jamin has on the point by himself, looking for the kill and Emerge. Nope, he's gonna be running away. As Pokatube comes back into the fight.
I think it's only an agreement between them, Steidel.
They are in their own world right now.
There you go.
A beautiful dwarven paradise. And oh no, Merge! Merge is gonna be the one to fall! No! Jamin gets hammered to death.
Do you manage to get those kills though? Did you get the point, however?
No, they did not get the point. The sound barrier from Ilios is gonna make it quite difficult for the rest of the team from No to secure the point. However, the Earth Shatter from Panda Bear, or not from Panda Bear Kev, I do apologize, from Flamia, going to be beautiful for the defense. However, she loses the life to Jamin.
What is going on here?
We're gonna find one as well. Jamin off of the Torbjorn and onto the Doomfist with a vengeance. He says, you know what? You may be able to hammer me, but I can punch you into a wall. But no! Merge! Still alive! Still fighting the good fight! Kills Jamin with the turret. Finally about to fall on the point to Panda Bear Kev. But what a long life for a short man.
Wow, and Foxer will not be able to get the remake, unfortunately. Well, they now have the time bank advantage for sure, and they only have to push it all the way. So, like I was thinking, this could be the map that we see our good friends over on the side of No win, and now we're going to see how it goes. Jack is the only one with an ult. They do have the Dragon Blade coming in. They've been able to shut them down very quickly. Little to no shield to be able to stop this Genji Blade happening anytime soon from doing any damage. Well, they do have a little bit of stun for Jamin, but that's about it. They're thriving at the moment.
Yeah, Jamin takes out Mithra, and I think that kind of puts Jack into a situation where he's going to have to get out of fight. But oh, Pokatube not going to let him retreat at all, as No looks to bring a lot of ultimates on board here.
Yeah, they definitely look to get so many ultimates coming online, and this is it's pretty huge as well for them. They do have the Licious going to be able to drop that visor and give them information, and things are looking good for them. Jack does have that blade though. I think they're waiting for Mithra to get that nano boost out and get that nano blade going, and you know, Arishka now already dropping that bubble, but they get a good grab.
Oh, Jack
got
a grab. He's going to be out over on the edge. Still has that Dragon Blade available. Panda Bear going to get the first kill onto Mithra. Nano boost off. And there goes the Dragon Blade looking for the first kill onto the Widowmaker. Able to find it onto Delicious. Now looking for the kill onto the Hanzo. Able to find that one as well. And once again, Jack able to do beautiful things with a simple and easy singular Dragon Blade. Now looking for the kill onto Arisko. The high charge Zarya. It's a bit of a tricky target for him as he cannot reflect anything from the Zarya. Has to go back to the payload as it moves and inches closer to its final destination here at point B.
Yeah, it does get closer and closer. Merge does get Panda Bear though, so now they're done with dealing with the enemy near their spawn. They have to deal with this for 2 minutes and 20 seconds. They do manage to get Jack. Merge.
Nice shot from Merge once again to take Delicious out. And now we're starting to see Goats swap up their roles just a little bit to what we used to saw. We're not saying Merge on the support, back onto that Widowmaker, where Merge was able to have such a large impact. Rally
yeah, absolutely.
There goes the rally from Edix as it goes into the next fight. And there's Panda Bear and Jamin both going to fall pretty quick. Pokatude soon to follow as Goats once again just tears through the defense. And Bemmie, you got a minute 45 seconds left. What do you change up here?
Well, I'm kind of wondering why the Orisa came out to play, especially the fact that there's little to no mobility. So it might be a good idea just to switch on over to some form of extra healing, as they only have the Ana to heal. We'll see if they're able to follow up on that. I think there's really not much you can do at this moment except like try to bait out the ultimates and then just hope to reset quickly enough to be able to get into the last fight with ult advantage.
And with a minute and 10 seconds left, that is a ambitious hope. But Jamin gonna open things up with the kill onto Edix, and that is quite huge. Fox are looking to use that Diva Bomb. Yep, beautiful pin, but followed by a great shot by Widow only to take out Merge. And no, finally has the opening that they need. The Diva Bomb able to fall on anybody. Jack, however, does have the Nano Blade. He's looking to save the day. Once again, takes a risk to go out of the fight. Panda Bear trying to swing around. Jamin looking to get the kill onto Jack in the back alleyway. Able to secure that final kill as Edix runs away. And NL's just inching closer and closer with that payload to the big golden box. Flamea, however, going to bring the defense back just in time. It's just a Widowmaker and a Hanzo near the payload. And with 22 seconds left, Ereshkigal and Delicious need to make their way back real quick.
Jamin living. The anti-nade comes in. Dragon Strike coming in with the grab dragon. Oh, the Earth Shatter! But no follow-up.
There may be no follow-up, but the charge could be enough to take Ereshkigal out of the fight. But it's not enough to stop the payload. It's just Jack now.
Nobody can touch it.
Payload for defense. It's just gonna roll right on through.
And they finally do get no wins. No finally wins, and they do get a very convincing win at that. Very nicely done. Just the taking advantage of the over-aggression that Ghost had, and also the fact is that they weren't running the traditional roles that they had for each other. So great stuff. Jack once again still getting the huge play of the game here with the great Dragon Blades. But either way, good map. Very close sets from both sides.
Very much so. It kind of makes me sad to know that there's only one more map. All we've got left is Ilios, Bemmie.
One more Torb.
One more Torb. One more Lucy.
One last ride. And it's going to be... Speaking of Lucy OOs, it's going to be Ilios.
We're going to be looking for those environmental kills. The Winstons are going to be coming out. I expect to see Leo. Oh, no. Leo is not playing in this round. As they said, I don't think he is.
No, but environmental kills are still the name of the game either way, whether that be Pharmacy or the Roadhogs or anything along the lines of that. And hopefully it doesn't ruin anybody's time.
If you're waiting on the word from the teams about what the swaps are going to be, if any, before this next match starts up, mind you, this will be our final map of the night here on Ilios.
Sad face, all that jazz. Well, it's going to be a good map to end off on. I really do enjoy Ilios. It is a very fun map for me, and as a Lucio main, anyways, I do enjoy it. I think what would it be? I don't think there's really anything else we can say about this map except watch out for like all the crazy kinds of comps you're going to be expected to see. And expect a May probably at Ruins because May is really good at Ruins.
Oh yeah.
So, waiting here. We're just waiting for everybody to make sure that everybody's pretty much R and a pirate. Because pirates need to make sure they're into sync.
And there were a couple of substitutions. We did see Leoxicon come in for Foxer. Memer came in for Mithra. And Huey came in for Jack. Having to take a seat on the couch. Take a rest for a second. His back's hurting a little bit right now. Off of a stellar Genji performance there on King's Row.
Jack did a hell of a job just with all those Dragon Blades that were coming out of them and really producing. And I have unfortunate news for Noli that unfortunately Fusion University stuck with the script. They brought it to map 5 and still win the 3-2. So it's something that is just unfortunate. I don't know if you've been watching Contenders title, but do you know about the?
I've not had the chance to catch up with it. I've been watching.
All right,
the collegiate.
Let me enlighten you with the FU curse, which is that almost every time Fusion University has been brought to map 5, and then when they are brought to a map 5, they always win 2-1. Always. There hasn't been a map they've lost.
Huh. That's a weird stat.
Yeah, it's scripted.
Oh no, it's all rigged.
It's all rigged. But I mean, good job. Good job from Montreal Rebellion. They did a really good job. They have some of my old favorites, um, or some of the old players I really enjoyed watching, like Logics and Gods. So anyway, watching the collegiate is also very exciting as well. Shout out to also the tournament organizer and manager of this, Necra, who also casts for some of that stuff as well.
Mm-hmm.
So yeah,
He's been doing a lot of
shout out to
cool stuff,
Direboyd, by the way, for producing. Shout out for Noel Lee for making sure all these kids screaming get to their games on time.
Everyone
Really?
doing work.
Yeah, shout out to Steidel for play-by-play and
Putting in
handling these
hours.
long team fights.
I'm getting a little winded, guys.
Yeah,
I picked up
I
this
can
cast
hear
to
it.
shake off the rust, and I'm polishing off the chrome. It seems.
Yeah, that's right. I actually started standing up now for the games.
I have
Just
also been
just
standing.
get the juices flowing, you know.
You know, I personally always find casting a little more fun when standing. You get to move around, do little dances with your feet while the team fight goes.
Yeah,
at least me. That's what I'm doing over here in my Spider-Man socks.
Yeah, no, I just I pretend to do kung fu, and I
That's
just
what
like
those noises are. I keep on hearing these sharp breaths.
nope, nope, and I didn't break anything this time. Nope, I didn't break anything. I don't know what you're talking about, Steidel. Don't accuse me for breaking anything. No, I didn't do it.
Gotta make sure you do the
No,
wee
I
circle
didn't.
check.
I swear. All right, but speaking of circles, we're going into a square. That was a terrible segue, but anyways, we're gonna see some pretty great stuff right here. Thanks, man. I'm really thankful that. Oh man, way to keep me on the straight and narrow. Either way, we're gonna see the Widow duel. Oh my God, Merge is gonna keep it risky on the narrow.
Straight and narrow.
Yeah.
Man, that's going to be a quick and easy beginning to this. Commander Huey very quickly getting caught up in the back line. Gets caught with the hook right there. Widow only on the Roadhog says no Reaper, no way. Taking him out of the fight quite quick as Jamin falls as well, and Goats is not here to play.
Yeah, but they didn't cap the point title, so they're still working on that. They do have to take out a couple more people, but they do manage to finally get it. And winning that Widow duel, it's almost like going up against a Goats v Goats game. You lose your main tank, it's pretty much over. Merge able to take out Riska Gal very quickly is kind of just indicating that a team fight was going to go very much in their favor. A 5v6 like that, where you have somebody in the back line, is crazy. But ooh, a bit of turnaround, but Merge does get the res.
Yeah, Delicious is, however, going to be able to take out Commander Huey, and that kill is not going to be able to be resurrected. Merge looking to even the scale onto the kill, onto a risk kill. Ilios as well, and a Jamin, and they lose everything in their supports. Merge going to get the headshot onto Laser Blitz and able to open up the door for the defense here. Widow only, however, returning the favor. So as Commander Huey and Memer come back to the fight, they're only going to have 2 members to help out their tanks on the point. Widow only looking to be the better Roadhog against the Oxicon in this little duel on point. Edicts, however, swinging over to help out with the fight as Original becomes the unwilling victim of the hook. Memer sends Pokatu to an unwilling swim there off the edge of the map. Widow only winning the Roadhog battle as No tries to secure some sort of percentage on the point, but not able to get much past this entryway. Not only is the Death Blossom willing, it's ready, but it's also willing, but the hack is going to make that a little bit difficult to pull off. Doesn't really matter, but it's 70%. Goats is still holding strong to the point.
It's holding strong, but they do switch on over to the pharmacy for Pokatude now, or just the Pharah right now, and that seems to be a really good idea, as Merge is really their only answer to it right now, except for a good hook from Widow only, and right now, the skybox is really high in ruins, so right now, they could be really uncontested at the moment.
Oh no, Widow only getting shoved and pushed and prodded out of the way. Leo with the whole hog here in the final seconds of ruins. The minefield making it very difficult to get out of the point as Laser Blitz goes and pops the Transcendence to blow up the mines. A strategy I haven't seen just yet. Original gonna get hit with the Nano Boost, but gonna take out of the fight pretty quickly by the Oxicon. So now in the 3v6, they're trying to come back. The Death Blossom happens. The EMP did not get the Reaper, so the clear out is gonna happen as Commander Huey just waltzes them through. A 100-0 win there.
0 to 100. Oh man, I mean, there was such a momentum going forth, and interesting positioning of the team fight there for Note, deciding to take that fight to spawn and not try to turn the point around. I understand the condition of trying to win the team fight before trying to cap the point, but yeah, there it's kind of a lose-lose situation if you take that fight to their spawn. You either are going to lose, and you're not going to be able to regroup in that team fight easily, or you're just going to give your team more percentage on that point. So now we're going to go on over to the 2L, and I'm glad if it's going to be a 2-0, hopefully not. But if it is going to be 2-0, we end on this match title. Yeah, we got to see well. And we're going to see the pull pork combo coming out for both sides. A lot of environmental kills potentially coming in here. No Pharah, but we're all going to see the triple tank coming in here and the ground pound. We're going to see maybe Delicious do some crazy backline booping. There it is.
Oh, Commander Huey able to stop the ult charge. He did kill himself technically. So Delicious won't get the environmental kill, but ooh, coming in for another attack. It's hooked immediately and put into an awkward position there. No, no! There's two!
Oh, no!
The ground to pound! There's no ground to pound! He just gets dumped into the hole there as Meme tries to survive. Widow only is going to be the one to wrap it up, so no harm, no foul for Delicious and Arishgal. They will have time to get back to the point, but beautiful boop from Meme.
Yeah, but Commander Yui's hanging out in the back line. They're working on getting the ultimate tire. A lot of ults are coming in the way. And also the fact is that because Commander Yui did die by themselves, they don't get that environmental kill charge. So that's one less ult charge coming into play. And Jamin able to find Edix.
Oh no, another one!
Memer.
Oh man, Arishgal really needs to be careful about that corner.
Do indeed. Poketoot also getting ganged up as well, though, and it looks like things are starting to switch around. Flamia able to get these hacks really successful, and I mean, Ultra seems to be a little more successful.
Looks like Memer's going around looking for another boop, not able to find anybody.
Oh, the bear trap!
But no, there goes Leox! My Rico! Man, these Lucios are just going nuts with this pit. Jamin going to help out with the kill on the merge, and Commander Huey, as he activates the Riptire, gets taken out before putting the Riptire out, so he loses the ultimate.
Memer just gonna be able to boop off Poketoot. Are we on Reddit right now, Steidel? Because these are some Reddit Lucios right now.
I mean, they really are.
They're just getting these environmental kills. Like, we see a team fight going on, but then there's a Lucio duel going on right now. It's the mutual agreement of who can get environmental kills, and this actually arguably could be a 0 to 100 real quick. EMP could come. An EMP Deadeye could happen, which could be huge. There's a lot of combos that can go into this right now on the side of Goats, but they really need to regroup right now.
With 86% built up, they really need to make sure that they're getting to the point pretty quickly. But the EMP used off on the side, single hack onto the Zenyatta, not used to take out very many people from the rest of the team. They do have the Deadeye still online, but Delicious knows that that's the fact and is trying to secure something there on the side.
Are they able to take? Oh my god!
Able to zone people.
Nobody was on the point.
No! Beautiful, beautiful. Merge with the Deadeye on the point, pushing the entire team off the point, able to capture it and get the 2 kills at the end.
Huge. Substantial stuff. Commander Yui also has that Riptire coming in very soon. They have also just a lot of answers to a lot of the hero compositions. So here we go. Let's see how this very scrappy team fight is going down. Jamin getting merged is pretty big.
That it is, and Goats trying to do something. Commander Huey finally able to pull up the Riptire on that ult ability, looking for the kill onto the Hammond. Does not find the kill.
Okay. Able to turn it back. Riptire.
Oh. The only issue with that is they know where he is, so he might come out of that dead. Arishgal is going to be the one to take the kill here, or bite the bullet, or the tire.
Managed to get the healer, so they're able to buy a little more time.
Oh no! There goes Hammond! He has fallen into the well, and 99% overtime takes out. And we will be seeing a full Ilios here.
Quite happy that we're not seeing a 2-0 right here, as given that this is the last map Idle. So good stuff here coming in, and they are looking pretty fun with the Lucio. Now we're going to go into an even closer close quarter map, is going to be Lighthouse with just literally the edges could kill anybody here if anybody's tried to be aggressive. So we're going to maybe see a lot of people sticking to mid. So we'll see if that's the way the news goes. And also on top of that, we could see the Pharah coming into play as well. We have to wait what these heroes are going to bring out of spawn because I never know with these folks, but it looks like we're definitely going to see a Torb one way or the other. Commander U is going to come out of that spawn with the Torb. I'm hyped. Molten Core is going to be so useful here.
Yeah, the point's so small and confined that you can pretty much cover the entirety of it with that ultimate. Edicts, however, and Delicious are going to be the ones to watch on these Hammonds for these environmental kills. And right as I say it, he proves me right. Delicious with a beautiful double kill. Widow only as well. Going to take Commander out. No, Delicious, no! Oh, able to take Meme out of the fight.
A noble
The pile
sacrifice.
drives off the edge.
I still get the point at least. Merch does manage to get laser bits blitz, but it seems to be all good in the hood as Delicious still, even with that double kill, was able to get their landmines coming out very soon. So this all charge, oh wow, there's a lot of stuff that Goats need to do if they want to try to come back into this. They almost get Pokitude, and they will be able to, so no Ice Walls to zone out anybody.
Nope, Orushigo also in a pretty tricky situation. They're on the point almost alone, it seems. Delicious comes back in at the last moment, able to get the kill onto Flame. That's going to be just about it. The mine's not really able to do much. Leoxicon doing a very good job of using the Reinhardt shield to counteract that ultimate.
Yeah, and they're able to back up, and they're able to get able to take over the point on the side of Goats, and now they're going to be building up some stuff as well. And they have some ult coming in. Oh my god,
Beautiful
Delicious.
recovery from Delicious, reminiscent of an up air from Smash Brothers.
I was wondering if you were going to reference that. Yeah, beautiful stuff right there. And while a whole hog coming in, things are just looking up and up for the side of, to be able to take this up and just sort of to run away with things almost. They're denying a lot of ult charge, and that allows them to catch up so very quickly. Really great zoning also, and also just Delicious getting these opening kills. They really gotta watch their sixes on the side of Ghost if they don't want to get booped off like this consistently. I think that's like the second or third time Delicious pulled off a double kill.
Oh, and he almost went to do it again there. Out on the edge of the map, Pokitude, however, going to be the one to open up the kill feed on this team, and Leoxicon giving a quick answer back on the kill into Mexico. Pokitude gets the Blizzard off and loses his life as the sound barrier from Meme looks to keep the rest of his team alive while they're inside of this frozen tundra. The pulse bomb onto the Moira, but she gets taken out by Widow only just a little bit too quick. Delicious Mindfield going to be able to take Commander Huey out of the fight as well, and Laser Blitz fragging out on this Zenyatta, looking for the kill onto this mobile hamster Hammond. There goes another Blizzard coming in from Merge to counteract and elongate the fight. Hopefully get the respawns back in for Goats on this point. Delicious almost gets the boop once again onto Leoxicon, but gets charged out of the way as Jamin finishes that kill. Edict's able to get the pile driver that the Molten Core gets sploged onto the point right there, cutting off a little bit of the zoning there. Pokitude, however, switching to the Reaper, so he's got a little bit more punch for his pack there. Delicious with another valuable sacrifice off to the gods on the edge of the map. As
for the win.
Takes the
Yes, a beautiful sacrifice that results in a win, but oh my gosh, Delicious just, if they don't get Pog, I don't know what gets Pog.
There it
there
is.
you go, with the dramatic
maybe we'll
flare.
see. Maybe we'll see the sacrifice. Here it is, the double.
Nice. No, just nice.
The double, and
stop
then
short.
hopefully right here. Come on, it's the Lucio right there. It's the Lucio and sacrifice.
Oh yeah. Well, I mean, still amazing stuff right there. Great showing from both sides, and a GG all around. It was a 5-0, but a fun 5-0 at that. Or no, I lied. It's a 3-2, so a good 3-2 at that. What am I talking about? I'm crazy. By the way, you know what's crazy? Those games. It was good to catch with you, Idol.
Likewise, Bemmie, it always is a pleasure to cast with you. You bring a very special and warm energy to the booth.
And I guess any last things you want to say? Any last highlights before we close this out?
Yeah, really quick before we leave, I just wanted to give a shout out, of course, to Direboyd for producing No Lily, hosting the lobby, and to all of our players for coming out and playing in this Majors All-Star match. as well as we did have the leaderboard competition go on recently with the Owlet, and we just wanted to give a little bit of a shout out to the winners of the majors bracket uh, tournament was Rip and Pippin, and the minors was taken home by Sarah DG. So those guys will be awarded 11 Storm Rising loot boxes for that bracket challenge. Those are bracket challenge winners. So congratulations to those two. Congratulations to all of these players that got chosen for the All Stars match, and congratulations to you guys for being able to see it, because that's special. Anyway,
Yeah.
that's all we've got here at the Owlet. So from myself, from Bemmie, Noeleli, and Direboyd, thank you so much, guys, for coming out and tuning into the Owlet tournament. We'll see you next time.